Hey, so I know I haven't made a video in a while, but I've actually been thinking about why do I keep taking forever to make videos of a specific exercise or something that I've been doing versus everyday chronicles of dealing with life after my stroke. So I'm going to start doing videos like this, more of a vlog, just talking about my day and things that I go through or deal with, which in turns can relate to something you're dealing with or going through. So as you see, I'm driving now. So I'm back to driving, doing my regular routines. I am a personal trainer, so I'm back to working, training people at the gym, doing all of the above, and I feel great about it. I would say what I still deal with now on a regular basis is making sure I don't get, I'm gonna call it I'll call it a wrist drop. So as I'm driving, I focus to make sure I do not allow my left hand to just drop off of the wheel. Even though I'm right-handed, I can drive with my right hand, and I used to only drive with my right. I've been trying to make myself drive with my left to keep it interacted the entire time. So what I'm dealing with is I get a lot of, I call wrist drop, where I'll show you. I'll go to turn the wheel, my hand just drops down. So that's me not controlling. And so another thing that I do notice, that's because I still have a weak forearm. So one thing that I'm not doing and not paying attention to is what a lot of you may be doing is you get progression on the bigger things and you forget about the small things. Like me, I'm forgetting about strengthening my forearm, my wrist, and things like that, which are very important, because when you have that, that helps with the function of everything else, your arm, your regular daily function. But you don't think about the small things, because like myself, I say, oh, I can grab stuff now, I can open my hand, I can close my hand, and those fine motor skills that we just don't pay attention to, I've been ignoring. So I had to this morning wake up and do some forearm exercises because I noticed my forearm is very weak. And I just went to do this the other day just to see what my wrist was doing. And I'll show you, I'm at a light. This is, I don't have as much flexion here as I have here, especially going back. So I'm making myself now focusing as I'm sitting, placing my wrist on my lap, and I'm doing exercises, forearms, holding that elbow in place and doing forearm exercises to strengthen that. We need to get that flexibility in both. So you always want to compare it to your opposite side that was not affected to see if you have symmetry or to see where you're lacking at. So I'm noticing that I'm definitely lacking here with the flexion of my wrist. So another thing, just daily things that it was something else crazy. I slept on my arm, my left side. I'm usually a back sleeper. I was sleeping, I don't think I was asleep all the way, and I must have woke up watching TV or something, ended up falling asleep, and I ended up sleeping on my left side. I woke up in so much pain. When I say pain, which now that I'm saying it's actually a good thing, because I still don't have all the feeling on the left, but I woke up in pain because I must have been sleeping on my wrist. But I think I was likely sleeping with my wrist balled up. So basically, if my whole body was on my wrist, it was balled up under me. So I woke up in pain. It honestly felt like my wrist was broke. It was just, it kept dropping like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what did I possibly do? But when I realized it was underneath me, and I ended up falling asleep on my stomach. So a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing is because I was able to feel it, like it was very painful. But the bad thing is, like, I didn't feel that I was laying on it. So I'm getting my feeling back. So that's a great thing, but I did not know I was laying on my wrist. But I woke up in massive pain to realize that I was laying on my wrist incorrectly. So that's a good thing today, I guess. I laid on my wrist, and I feel it. But at the same time, I notice how weak my wrist is. So with me today, my goal is to be doing forearm exercises to strengthen my forearm, to strengthen my wrist, to get that flexion, that mobility back going, to try to make it symmetrical with the right side. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to all happen today. But what I am going to do for myself is to every day when I get out of bed to do wrist and forearm exercises. And that could be as simple as this right here. Placing your arm like such, placing it down on your leg to keep it stabilized, so therefore you're not using everything else, your shoulders, your elbows. Stabilize it on your lap and just do the flexion of the wrist. Try to extend back as far as you can and bring it back in and squeeze all the way up. So that's what I'm doing today. So these are the type of videos that I'm gonna do. And again, comment below if there's something that you wake up and you go through every day in just regular life, something that you may do and may have noticed that I have not noticed. And then we'll talk about that, make a video. But I think I'm gonna start doing the videos definitely like this, because these, in my opinion, be more informational, because instead of me trying to put the video together to say XYZ, we're gonna do this today or this exercise, I'm gonna talk to you about what I deal with on a daily basis. It's something you may be dealing with on a daily basis, but I will talk to you all later. Not gonna hold you, but progression. I'm driving, using both hands. We need to step back, start looking at those fine things that we don't look at, because I can grab and use everything. And another thing I noticed, which I'm making myself do another activity, is because I do a lot of things and I grab with these fingers here. I don't grab too much with these two. So I'm actually starting to play piano to make myself play piano. So therefore I'm using all of the fingers. So that's just one of my things that I'm doing for myself. I appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, as a matter of fact.